All right, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to my YouTube channel. It just kind of shut off. But look, this right here, this text right here was not hard at all to read. I even read it to you and we went over it. And then you had to come down here and fill this out right here. Now it says, what does the text say about the abyssal plain? Well, I've got it right here. This is what you should have had written down. In time, you'll reach the abyssal plain, a dark realm with deep valleys called trenches. All right, so I can go right to that spot, right where they had it. And here it is right here. In time, you'll reach the abyssal plain. That's the sentence you wanted. Super simple. You should not have missed that. So the next one, it says, features of the ocean floor. Okay, well, let's go and look at this. Features of the ocean floor. This is what I got for this one. This one wasn't too terribly hard. It says the ocean trenches are the deepest places on the ocean floor, deeper than an abyss. So that's what I got for that one. So I think you should have probably got that one as well. That one wasn't too bad. All right, let's go to the next part. Down, right. The Mariana Trench. Mariana Trench is basically this large trench right here in blue that I'm circling with my mouse. Now, where does it talk about the Mariana Trench? The deepest ocean trench in the world is the Mariana Trench in the Pacific. That's what you want to put right there for this one, the Mariana Trench, okay? This one right here is not necessarily, I don't know if it's written out. Yeah, it is. So when you look at the highest and the deepest places on Earth, well, this is what I'll put down. The highest and the deepest places on Earth, the highest place on Earth is Mount Everest at 5.5 miles high. That's pretty high. So if you look up in the air and you see a gigantic jet really, really high up, that's about 6 miles. So that's about how up Everest goes. Now, if you look at the top part, the Mariana Trench is about 7 miles deep. So this is a really, really deep place. Obviously, there's life down there, but you or I could not live down in the realm of the abyss. Probably get eaten by some kind of bioluminescent fish. So this is what you're going to do today. And you should probably have it on you right now, but I'm going to give you another picture of it. It's going down, down, down. So what do you think that could be about? You know, just looking at the title. If I asked you to tell me what this was going to be about, could it be about a skydiver? Probably, possibly. What about going down, down, down in the ocean? Yeah, that's a possibility too. It could be about somebody falling off of something really high. I don't know. It could also be about somebody that's really, really sad. You know, being down is kind of like another word for sadness. So a lot of different things you could think about. But what did we just get finished talking about? We just got finished talking about the deepest part of the ocean. So those of you that guessed we were going to go and talk about the ocean again, you were correct. So I'm going to read this to you and I'm going to tell you your assignment and then you're going to go about your day. Going Down, Down, Down by Justin. Oh, the ocean has three main zones. These zones are distinguished by the amount of sunlight they receive. In the sunlight zone, the sun's rays penetrate from the surface to a depth of 650 feet. The light lets plants grow here, and these plants provide food for animals. Here you will find sea animals and schools of fish. The twilight zone stretches from 650 feet to 3,300 feet below the ocean's surface. There is almost no sunlight, so no plants grow. Animals that live here wait for dead plants and animals to drift down from the sunlit zone. The animals here have ways of surviving difficult conditions. Many can produce their own light, which helps them search for food. Remember, we talked about those animals the other day. What are they called? Bioluminescent animals? They can survive by bioluminescence. Below 3,300 feet, the midnight zone lies in complete darkness. There is very little food, the water is cold, and the water pressure is enormous. Some animals at this level are soft, so the pressure doesn't affect them as much. Many are blind or have no eyes, but they can feel the smallest movements of food that might brush against them. So you can see here, here's our text feature. We got the 3 levels of what they just talked about: the sunlit zone, the twilight zone, and the midnight zone. Okay? So I want you to take this reading along with this right here, and I want you to do number 1, part B, circle one detail in the diagram on page 358 that supports the answer to part A. Okay? I want you to write a fact about the twilight zone given in both passage and the diagram. So it's got to be in both the passage and the diagram. That shouldn't be too terribly difficult, because look, there is information in these zones right here. So there's the diagram, and obviously they're going to talk about it up here. So use both of those. Number 3, describe at least one type of information you can find in the diagram that the passage does not give you. How does the diagram help you better understand the differences in the 3 zones? This should be so right up your alley if you're a visual learner, because look at that. It can tell you all kinds of cool stuff. Just by looking at it, you can see the depth, you can see how much sun it gets, you can see the mountain, you can see the color of the water changes, what kind of animal hangs out in that area. So have at it, people. Do a good job on that one right there. And then the last one, I want you to compare and contrast information about the ocean zones that is provided by the text and the diagram. Use at least one detail from both the passage and the diagram to support your response. Now, this should be easy, guys. You have a very, very, very short reading, okay? And then you have this diagram, and I'm asking you to do 1, A and B, 2, 3, and 4. And I know this is a little bit more writing than you're used to, but let's just get it done, okay? We're halfway through summer school. Let's just get it done, and let's do a good job while we're doing it, all right? Anything worth doing is worth doing correctly the first time, all right? Hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.